love lives here.
So my name is Neil, and I am always glad to be here to fill in for Reverend Jeffrey. I enjoy the privilege and the practice and just being with this spiritual community on Sunday mornings. So Center for Spiritual Living Center for Spiritual Living Home Office has a yearly theme called Living Everyday Wonder. And we've been talking about how spirituality intersects with our everyday life. So this month, we've been looking at finances, the money talk. And today, I'm going to talk to you today about playing with money. Playing with money. Now, when I first heard this topic, I immediately flashed back to my childhood, and I thought of this. Now, you probably don't know this about me, but when I was a kid, I was a Monopoly master. I checked out a book in the school library called How to Win at Monopoly. And it gave you all the statistics and all of the strategies and which properties got landed on the most. And I thought that I was the coolest thing on the planet. And for the first half of my life, I'm a little sad to say, I spent bragging about the fact that I've only lost 2 Monopoly games in my entire life. Because I know all the strategies. And it wasn't so much the money part of it, right? It was the negotiating, and it was having that secret knowledge of all of the statistics and the strategies that people have been playing and winning for Monopoly for ages. So when I saw this topic, I immediately started thinking about this play money. But here's the thing. This is just paper. It's a symbol of energy. Just like the money in your life is a symbol of energy. This paper, even if I'm playing Monopoly, or if this is real money, it's a symbol. It's a medium of exchange. It doesn't have any more meaning than the value I give it. Otherwise, it's just paper. The thing is that when you are playing Monopoly or the game of life, how many of you guys played life? All right? Always have those little stick figures put in the cars. When you're playing these board games, right, you have to spend money to win the game. If you hold on to all of your money thinking that you're never going to get any more, it's not going to be a very joyful game. If you never spend money to buy those properties or spend money to play the game, there's not a lot of joy. There's not a lot of play in the game. And life is a lot like that. You see, the name of the game is how much joy, how much good can I do with the money in my life? How much good can I do? How much good can I give back to the world? How much good can I give back to my spiritual community? How much good, how much joy can I do with what the universe has gifted me? You see, this is just a symbol. And it's a symbol of energy. It's a medium of exchange. I go to work. I give my energy. They give me energy back in the form of money. I participate in spiritual community, and I get energy and inspiration from my spiritual community. And in return, I give some energy back. It's all about flow and circulation and recognizing that money is a tool, not a goal. It's a tool for good. It is a way that I can share my energy with the world. In his book, Money is God in Action, Reverend Harry Emerson Fosdick says this: "A dollar is a miraculous thing. It is a person's personal energy reduced to a portable form. It can go where we cannot, lifting burdens and saving lives which he or she cannot directly deal." This is a unit of energy. It is a unit of our energy. And when that energy comes to me, I can either accept it with joy and allow it to flow through me. I can be a conduit for that energy, or I can push it away. We all have a relationship with this thing called money. We all come with stories and beliefs and ideas that aren't here. They're not here on the paper. They're not in the money. Where are they? They're up here. We all have stories and beliefs that we carry with us about money. I'm not good enough for this amount of money. I never have enough money. If I have money, somebody will want some from me. You see, we all carry around these beliefs that influence our relationship with money. And it is a relationship. It is a relationship. It's a relationship with energy. And just like any relationship, if I grumble and complain every time it appears in my life, it's not going to want to be around me very much. But how many times when we get the bill, I'm like, I got to pay bills, got to go to work, got to do this, I don't have this money, got to pay my rent. And we grumble and we complain and we bring that energy into our relationship with money. And who would want to hang out with somebody that's always complaining about me? You see, we have this thing called consciousness, and it contains all of our thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and ideas about money. And that consciousness is either pushing or pulling everything towards you. Everything that enters into your experience, you either pull towards you or you push it away. Now, think about your relationship with money. Do you push it away? Of course not. We don't say, I don't want money. Oh, bet we do. We don't think we do. But when someone says, hey, let me pay for dinner. Oh, no, that's okay. You don't have to pay for me. How about yes? Thank you. Everything that comes into your experience, you are either pushing towards you or pushing it away. And if you're always complaining about it, you're pushing it away. It always seems to come back to electricity for me. Electricity is such a wonderful metaphor when it comes to spirituality. Because if we're talking about money, we're talking about energy. It is like the electricity that is flowing through this room right now. It is a tool to help us live a more wonderful life. But it is not the source of our good. It is a tool for good, but it is not the source of our good. You see, the electricity, that energy, is all around us. But we have to plug into the source in order to use it. The electricity itself is not the source. We have to plug in. We have to spend that spiritual energy to plug into that which we know is our source, that which is infinite, that which is joy, that which is love. And when I turn on the lights in my house, I don't worry that because I'm using my lights, my next door neighbor is going to run out. Unless it's the summertime and you live in California. But here's the thing about that. That's not a lack of energy. That's a lack of being able to convert the energy that already is. You see, there's already energy in the wind. There's energy in the water. There's energy in the coal that we burn to make electricity. There's energy in the sun. And what we haven't learned yet is how to take all that energy that's already around us and convert it into a usable form. But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's just beyond our level of understanding at this moment. But the energy that is around us, that is available to us, is infinite. And as much energy as we can use and learn how to use and learn how to capture, as much energy as we can embody, we can use. Now see, if you've been around for a little bit, your eyebrows just went up because you just heard an Ernest Holmes quote. He says, "There is as much good as we are capable of accepting and embodying." There is as much good as we are capable of accepting and embodying. I love this quote because it works in so many different ways. There is as much joy as we are capable of accepting and embodying. There is as much peace as we are capable of accepting and embodying. There is as much wholeness and health and abundance as we are capable of accepting and embodying. But to do that, we have to plug into the source. We have to not mistake the electricity, the form of energy, as the source of our good. This is just a form of energy, just as like electricity. It is not the source of our good. It is a form of energy. Now, in educational psychology, we have this idea of the locus of control. And what this psychological theory tells us is that there are basically two orientations, ways of looking at life. You either have an internal locus of control or an external locus of control. And that means, is life happening to me or is life happening through me? When you have an external locus of control, your good's all out there. And it depends on the world and the economy and the gas prices for that good to come to you. The good is all out there, and it has to get to you somehow. And it depends on the economy and your job and your paycheck and the inflation and the gas prices. That's an external locus of control. My good is out there, and I have to go get it. Instead of an internal locus of control, which says that the source of all life, all love, all peace, all joy, all abundance, everything that's good is within me right now. You know, we mistake the source of our good as being outside of ourselves. It's out there. I have to go work for it. But the truth is, it is within you. It is your divine right. And this thing that we call money is nothing but a divine idea in the mind of God. And the only thing that keeps us from expressing it is how much we're willing to accept it and how much we're willing to embody it. But we have to plug into the source. Ernest Holmes, the founder of our teaching, says this: we should expect so much good that we can conceive of it as being more than we even have time to enjoy. More than we even have time to enjoy. We should feel the presence. We should feel appreciation and give thanks for this good. But that good is not my money. That good is not the electricity. My good is an infinite source of love and abundance and peace. It is that energy that is all around me, always available to me, as much as I can accept and embody. You know, when you're playing Monopoly or the game of life, the best thing to do was to play the banker, right? When you got to play the banker, you had all that money next to you. And you got to pass out the money and accept it from other people. God is the banker. And our job is to receive all of that good that comes from a limitless source. So this week, I'm going to invite you to challenge yourself a little bit and think about a couple of things. Number one, how much good can I do with this tool? This is a tool, not a goal. How much good am I doing with it? Second thing, if your relationship with money needs some healing, practice the art of gratitude. Shift your energy, shift your words around in your language around how you treat this relationship. Instead of mumbling and grumbling next time you have to spend some money, practice gratitude. Because when you're grateful for even the amount of energy that you have, it appreciates. It becomes more valuable. And the more you use it, the more that comes to you. It's just like electricity. And all that good that's flowing to you doesn't limit the good of your neighbor. Practice gratitude for even the smallest amount of good, and you shall have more. Be mindful about where you're spending this energy. What do you give your energy to? Do you give your energy to things that give you life, that support you, that enable you to live and move and have your being, that inspire you? Don't give your energy away to things that don't give you life. Thank you. The source of your good is infinite energy. You have access to the bank of life. And the name of the game is how much good can you do? How much love can you express? How much energy can you circulate in a world and in your community? And if you're doing that, then there is great joy, and you get to play with money. And so it is. And so I invite any board members or practitioners that are with us this morning to join me in the atmosphere of prayer. Prayer is how we plug into our source. It is not the source of our good, it is how we plug into the source of our good. And what I know is true is that that source is infinite love, infinite peace, infinite order and balance. It is stillness. It is grace. It is all that there is, all that there can ever be. There is just this one principle, this one presence, which we call life, which we call love, which we call order, which we call balance. Whatever name that you give it, allow its presence to be known right where you are this morning. And from this knowing, from this stillness, I know that I am one with that power, that that source is flowing in and through and as me right now. I am a clear and transparent vessel for good, for love, and so are you. I speak my word this morning for each one of us and everybody within the sound of my voice now or in the future, knowing that right where you are, infinite source is, infinite love is, infinite grace is. It is at the center of every cell of your body, every breath that you take. You are living and moving and having your being in an infinite source of good. And as much as we can embody it, and as much as we can accept it, we say yes, yes, yes. I accept it. I embody it. I let it flow in and through and as me out into the world. All of that energy is the energy of love. And so I know that wherever it goes, it is doing the work of love. And I know that that love comes back to me, constantly circulating and flowing and in and through. And as my life, there is the freedom of flow, the freedom of good. And I'm so thankful for it. Whatever it looks like, whatever the amount is, it doesn't matter. What matters is I am plugged into my source, I am plugged into my good, and I accept it freely, effortlessly, and allow it to show up in every area of my life. And I release this word into that law that always says yes, that always plugs me in, and I declare it to be so. And so it is.
Love